everybody. This is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called Their Thoughts and Feelings and What They Are Doing Right Now in Their Life, okay? And this was a subscriber request video, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. We have 3 different piles to choose from. For those of you that haven't checked out my new channel, Light of Ascension Tarot, there's a link in my description box to my new channel. And also for those of you that want to follow me on Twitter, or not Twitter, sorry, TikTok or Instagram, details for how to do that are in my description box as well, okay? So we are going to have an extended reading as well for each pile. And if you're interested to go deeper into the energy, the extended reading is going to be an 18+ extended reading. And you can find my extended readings on Vimeo. There'll be a link in my description box to my Vimeo channel to the extended reading, okay? So we are going to go ahead and get into it today, and we're gonna look at your person's thoughts, feelings, and what are they doing in their life right now, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it, everybody. We're gonna put aside the other 2 piles here. And we're gonna go ahead and get into pile number 1, right? Let's do it. Let's put some, I always like to put a little bit of, this is like a grounding, earth magic roll on here. I love it. Kind of get us grounded, ask our guides to come in and be with us today as we channel into this message. Please and thank you. Okay. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the orange tea light, and today's reading is called Their Thoughts, Feelings, and What They're Doing in Their Life Right Now. This is a subscriber request video, and for those of you that want to join me on the extended reading, there'll be a link below in my description box to my Vimeo channel. We will be having an 18+ extended reading. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please help connect me with my beautiful pile number 1s and their angelic energy and the energy of their person. Please and thank you. Okay, I just got a message about Saint Teresa. I think Saint Teresa was a Catholic saint. So some of you guys look up the definition of who she was or her life or what happened, because I'm just getting that. I think there is a Saint Teresa, right? You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just getting that, okay? So some of you guys need to look that up and take a look at that. Or maybe you know a Teresa, or in your life, you know, cousin, auntie, mother, friend, or you are Teresa, okay? But let's go ahead and get into it. What are their thoughts, feelings, emotions, and what are they doing in their life right now, okay? Let's go ahead and see. Okay, we have this song called One Big Love by Emmylou Harris. It says, I guess I'm taking my chances, giving up the ring, throwing in my gloves. I guess I'm taking my chances, trading in my things for a couple of wings and a little white dove and one big love, okay? This is kind of Emmylou Harris. I would compare, well, you can't really compare her, but for those of you that haven't heard her music before, she's kind of like Lucinda Williams and kind of like, I would say kind of like alternative country, but she's been around for a long time. She's her music is really classic, and she's a very classy lady too. But yeah, let's go ahead and see here what else comes up. We have Aries, powerhouse, leader, and authority. Okay, your person, I don't know if are they trying to work on a promotion right now? Are they starting their own business? Are they, taking their chances on something right now? It says, I guess I'm taking my chances, trading in my things for a couple of wings and a little white dove and one big love, okay? Is your person, working on some major goals in their life right now? They're trying to get independence. We have marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union. Well, we talk about, for a couple of wings and a little white dove and one big love, okay? So also talking about, marriage here. This relationship is moving toward sacred union. Intuition, you already know the answer that you seek. All right, pile number 1. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. All right, so interesting. We'll find out what that says, what that means. It was my fault, but I blamed you. All right. So this could have been somebody that you were engaged to, or somebody that you could think about marrying, or somehow the situation involving marriage here. But this person's saying, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Okay. Jupiter and expansion here. Someone wanting to take a connection to the next level. And we have the 4th house and roots here. Okay. Yeah, so somebody really wanting to put down roots with you and expand with you here. We also have the 9th house, so definitely we could have Sagittarius and Cancer energy here too. But someone was really seeking maybe to settle down with you, or to be with you, or to marry you someday. They say that people know, like within the first 6 months, of whether they would look at someone as like a marriage partner or not, right? And yeah, so we have Aries, we have Sagittarius, we have Cancer energy here, but I also feel Gemini could be here too. But they're saying, I guess I'm taking my chances, all right? It says giving up the ring, throwing in my gloves. So, you know, giving up the ring, that could be like actually proposing to someone, like giving up the ring to someone, or letting someone go, depending on where you're coming from here. But we have Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? All right, I feel this person is feeling some pressure to step up and lead in this connection, right? Because we have Aries, powerhouse, leader, and authority. And how are you? And I feel like this person is saying, I blamed things on you, but I knew it was my fault, and I should have stepped up and, you know, led this connection. I should have stepped up, and their intuition was telling them, hey, you know, this relationship has a lot of potential, Jupiter, and I could actually put down roots with my person. I could actually live with them. And this is a person that I have been seeking for a long time. Maybe this person left to go overseas, or left to for something with their career, or they had to leave at some point here, but they're saying, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. All right. So maybe you met this person when you were on a vacation, or when you were traveling, or they had to go. Okay. But you know, they feel, I'm getting that this person feels that they really saw you as someone that they could be with long term, that they could marry, that they could be with here. But, you know, it's like maybe they didn't really lead the connection in a proper way here, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, earthworm. I feel like some of them, you know, kind of dug their head in the sand and got a little bit afraid, okay? And you know, or maybe they took too long, or maybe they were kind of avoiding, you know, making the move that they should have made here. Okay, and this person is saying, you know, I should have worked on something with you, or I should have expanded on something here. I should have, you know, take a more active role. And, you know, some people do that. They sit on their laurels, and then they don't really take enough action. And then maybe they're a little bit scared to, or they're intimidated for some reason, or they're, you know, or they've had bad experiences in the past, so they shy away from taking direct action on things. But, you know, it's saying here, this person is, I feel like the word I just got was coward. So I feel like this person feels like you maybe were the one that got away. Or for those of you that are in connections right now, feeling like, you know, if they don't step up to the plate and, you know, make things happen and take steps in the right directions and take some risks, right? Because this whole song, One Big Love, is talking about taking a risk for a big love, okay? So, you know, and not shying away from that. Oh, we have the Hierophant here. So the Hierophant in this deck is represented as the caterpillar, right? So again, and look at the face here, like quite, you know, disappointed. I feel this person was kind of disappointed in themselves, that they ignored their intuition and they maybe played it a little bit too safe. For those of you, if this is a past connection, for a current connection, I do feel like this person is trying to, you know, make sure all the pieces are in the right place, while also trying to follow their intuition. But I feel like sometimes this person, you know, hangs on to like more of the practical sides of things, where this connection is inviting them to take a risk in their life, okay? We have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces, okay? So this person, I feel like some of them are thinking of coming back to you, or they're thinking of, you know, like, you know, is it too late is another message that I just got too. Like, is it too late for me to do something here? And a lot of them are meditating and contemplating and seeking answers here. I feel like some of them could really be seeking answers about, you know, what happened between you two. Or, you know, if you gave them an ultimatum, or they gave you an ultimatum about something, it's like this person is still thinking about it and thinking, well, what could have been done different here? We have freedom, okay? So how are you being called to lead and step up? And I blamed you, but it was my fault. So some of them could have said like, we're too young, or, you know, you're too young, or this connection hasn't, we haven't spent enough time together. Or, you know, they could have told you that like, you know, hey, you know, I think you need your freedom in your life right now, or we're too young, or this connection has not gone, we need to take more time, right? And it could have left you in a sense of disbelief is what I feel, pile number one. Like, you know, it's like this person might have said, I'm doing this for you, right? Or something like that. Or they might have, if you're still in a connection with this person, they're like, okay, well, we can do this, but I'm doing it for you. And I feel like some of you guys felt pretty flabbergasted by when this person said these kind of things to you. And, you know, it's like, no, and they're starting to understand that, you know, it was their fault, but they blamed you here, all right? So with Pisces too, Pisces, we could have Pisces and Aries connection here. With Pisces energy too, sometimes it's kind of hard to pin down, you know, especially if somebody is, you know, kind of on a spiritual quest or seeking something that's missing in their life, right? It's kind of hard to pin that energy down. And this person might have told you, hey, I need freedom, or I need more time to think about this, or I don't think we're ready for this yet. And they're saying it was my fault, but I blamed you. All right. So let's go ahead and see. We're going to look at their thoughts first. Then we're going to look at their feelings. And I get that this situation could have been very frustrating, or, you know, could have left you feeling a little like flabbergasted. Like I said, pile number one, okay? And I mentioned Saint Teresa or Saint Therese, maybe it is, at the beginning of the reading. And I think for some of you guys, there may be, if you go back and you look at that, there may be some comfort there for you, I guess, when I don't guess, but, you know, I think, pile number one, okay? Because I know a lot of people aren't religious, but I feel like there might be something there for you when it comes to this situation, okay? What are their thoughts? What are their thoughts here? Three of Swords, wow, all right. Yep, I mean, yeah, this is gonna hurt. Right? This is gonna hurt. Yep. I feel like those are their thoughts. This is gonna hurt. I put as much effort in as I could, but I don't think it was enough. And maybe they weren't financially ready or materially ready for this connection yet, or going through some financial issues here. But it's like, yeah, I wasn't ready for this, and this is gonna hurt. Wheel of Fortune, I'm getting pulled in 1,000 other different directions, and I'm not sure what direction I should take here. I just know that the place that I'm in now is not gonna be like, you know, the place I'm gonna stay, okay, is what I feel like they're saying here. Two of Swords, I'm still trying to make a decision about what type of life I want, and, you know, where I want to go in this life and where I want to head. And up until now, like, I've been putting in effort, little bits of effort into things, knowing that I'm probably not going to stay, knowing that I'm probably going to take a different path. But I've been hesitating to make a decision about this because I know that it's going to hurt someone here. King of Wands. Yeah, this is that Aries energy of power, you know, powerhouse, leader, authority, right? And How are you being called to step up and lead with the King of Wands here? I know you want me to be the man or woman that, you know, and you deserve to be with that kind of person. I've been very confused. I've been very uncertain. I've been unsure about what direction I should take. Sometimes thinking in my life I'm not ready for the things that I get myself into, and then I'm unsure. But I feel like this person is also in their thoughts. They're thinking, I should be a lot more, I shouldn't string anyone along, and I should be a lot more, you know, decisive and stand up for, you know, what I want to do here and make some important decisions and stop shying away from the things that, you know, I need to kind of step up to the plate, okay? Make a decision, step up to the plate, and find a suitable path here, right? It's almost like kind of that discussion when people are like, you know, when someone gets, I'm just using this as an example, like when somebody gets someone pregnant and they're like, oh, well, you should be a man and step up and, you know, marry that person, or you should, you know, those kind of discussions, right? And I feel like this person, their thoughts are kind of like, you know, well, I'm getting the word damned if I do, damned if I don't. And I do feel some of them were sort of just putting in a little bit of effort here and there, or just trying to kind of appease the situation while they figured out what decision they want to make. But I do think that this person really wants to ultimately land on a decision, okay? And some people could be getting rather annoyed with them that they haven't, or that they didn't, and they understand that and they know that, okay? And I feel like this person's like, just give me a little more time, but they know that people are kind of, you know, they know if they don't make a decision, this is the before tarot, so the 3 swords haven't pierced the heart yet, but they know if they don't make a decision and start, you know, start things moving here, that, you know, possibly they could lose you, or they could lose, you know, what they're trying to go after in their life, okay? So let's go ahead and see, what are their feelings? So we looked at their thoughts. Let's go ahead now and look at their feelings here. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, it's tempting because you represent, you know, probably all, you know, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Yeah, there you go. That could be a match there. Fire sign with an earth sign. You normally don't think of fire and earth as being compatible, but, you know, or that compatible, but, you know, I think let's go ahead and see, why is the Queen of Pentacles here in their feelings? All right, so, yeah, I mean, this person, I feel like there's a lot of, okay, so this person's feeling like they need to step up and take some action towards what they want here, or towards a person that they want. Is they know in their feelings that they need to do that, and that if they don't, their person might become interested in something else or someone else, and that they need to, you know, get on the scene here and make a move. All right, yeah, they could feel, we have the Knight of Swords here. They could feel like there's some competition, or someone else is gonna show up on the scene if they don't, you know, get a move on here. It's like a competition for the Queen of Pentacles is what I'm seeing here. Let's go ahead and see, why all these court cards in their feelings? Why all these court cards? And well, justice, because they need to make a decision. All right, they need to make a decision. And I feel like some of them think they don't have enough information yet, or that they're moving too fast, and they want to slow down a little bit and take some more time to look at what's happening here. But I also feel this person feels for you, pile number 1. I do feel that they feel like they're feeling some pressure to get after it here, is what I'm getting. I'm also getting the name Jessica, Jason, the J names, or a Rebecca, or an R name here, JR, RJ. But I feel like this person is like, you know, I need to make a move here, and if I don't, then my person could potentially, you know, leave me or go off with someone else here. And I think in their feelings, I feel like in their mind, they're like trying to be more rational. They're a little more unsure. They're trying to take it a little bit slower and figure out what they need to do here, right? But With this Justice card, it's like, okay, I need to make a decision. I gotta make a decision here. What direction am I gonna go? You know, where do I want to be? Where am I headed? I feel like this person's like, yeah, I gotta make a decision. All right, and okay, so some of them here, also I feel like we have a lot of court cards in their feelings, all right? And a major arcana, court cards, and then the Eight of Pentacles. So I think that they feel that there's a lot more work to be done in this connection, or there's a lot more that, that what the work that they're doing, or the work that they're trying to do, you know, step by step, day by day, Eight of Pentacles here is, you know, not going to be appreciated, or that, you know, somebody is rather cross with them, or rather annoyed with them because they're taking their sweet ass time here, okay? And they're trying to do things right, all right? But I feel like they know that somebody here is quite annoyed with them, right? It's like, it was my fault, but I blamed you. Yeah, right. Like they were just taking their sweet time, or they were like, oh, everything's got to be perfect and it's got to line up perfectly here, right? And, you know, somebody here is getting real sick of waiting, or real cross with, you know, the emotional toll that this has taken on them, okay? And I also feel like this person could be dealing with something like this at their job too, all right? Because I also feel this person has concerns about not just their romantic life here, but their work life. And they may kind of be like this at work too, where they're taking things step by step. They're doing things one thing at a time, and the work they're doing is very good. But they could have a boss here that's annoyed with them, or they could have somebody like a level above them who is irritated with, you know, the amount of time that they're taking to do things, okay? They're taking to do things here. And I feel like this person's like, I gotta hurry and go after what I want, or somebody else is gonna take it. I need to make a decision. And I feel like this person is kind of feeling this on multiple fronts in their life, like not just with you, but with work and things like that as well. Or if they happen to be an employer or a boss or something like that, they could be looking at this situation like, you know, everybody's going so slow, people aren't really showing up for the job, you know, getting really annoyed with, you know, people's quality or their speed, I feel like here too, all right? So yeah, I heard, you know, some of them are saying like with all this Aries energy here too in this reading, I feel like some of them are saying like, I would kind of be better. I feel some of them don't feel appreciated at work, or they feel like maybe they would be better going off on their own, and they would be better just working for themselves, okay? Because the King of Wands for me is always kind of an entrepreneur as well. So, I mean, I think this person is feeling pressure to make a decision about what they value and what's important to them. And, you know, they're trying to be very logical, even in their feelings, right? In their feeling space. But, you know, and I think some of them feel a little unappreciated too in some of their environments, okay? But let's go ahead and see, what are they doing? What are they doing in their life right now? What is this person doing in their life right now? Let's see. Strength. They're just trying to maintain day to day, all right? I feel like some of them are like, I'm just going to show people what they want, or tell people what they want to hear to kind of appease them, while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I feel like some of them are like, it's just, you know, I have to take it day by day, and I feel like some of them are saying I need to stand up for certain things too. I need to stand up or protect certain people. But I also feel like this person's saying, you know, just day by day, I got to take it day by day. We have death here. So this person is knowing that, you know, a lot of changes are happening in their life, or there's the propensity to have quite a bit of changes and upheaval in their life right now, and that they're trying to be strong even in the face of changes, all right? Some of them may have experienced like layoffs, or they know that there's big changes coming down the pipeline here, and they're just trying to kind of hold on for dear life. We have Seven of Swords. I think some of them are really active in the mental space, trying to sort of stay ahead of the game and know what the changes are that are coming so that they can maneuver themselves into the right position, okay? They're trying to be kind of not sneaky, pile number one, but I feel they're trying to sort of get ahead of the game, if you will, here. And I do think some of them are just kind of waiting it out with the Strength card here, and wanting to, they may have somebody in their face that is complaining about them, or somebody that they can't satisfy, whether it's in the workplace or their personal life. And I feel like they're just waiting for the right moment to move on here a little bit as well. And they're really trying to strategize and think about what their next move is here. We have Six of Cups. So, you know, we have a lot of Scorpio energy, Scorpio and Leo energy here, but you know, I think that a lot of times I feel like they wish there was someone that they could talk to or someone that they could share, because I get the sense here that sometimes they are feeling kind of alone, and that they are maybe holding on to some secrets here, pile number one, about how they see things going in the future or how things are going to play out. And I feel like, you know, it would be really nice if they had like a co-conspirator or someone with them there to kind of help them through this phase in their life, okay? And I think, you know, eventually this person wants to get back to cooperation and get back to sharing and, you know, no secrets anymore. But I feel like they are just having to kind of do the day-to-day now until they can get through this phase, okay? And some of them may have some ideas about what they want to do in the future, but they feel like maybe they can't share them right now, and they just need to be a good team player, okay? We have Two of Cups. So eventually, you know, this person is, you know, they're not immune to love. If you're thinking, well, this person is going through a lot, etc., they're not immune to love. They want love. I feel like, you know, a question they have here is, what do you want, pile number one, right? Like, how have you been and what do you want, right? And I can see them striking up a conversation with you and asking, you know, like, well, what do you think? All right. I do feel like this person kind of wants someone to bounce some ideas off of. And if you haven't talked to this person for a while, this person's kind of going through a lot right now, I feel, with Judgment on the bottom of the deck. For some of you that haven't talked to this person for a while, I think they would appreciate, you know, if you reached out. Okay. I think some of them would, you know, be like curious if you did that, or like, what's going on, or, and if you opened up to them and say, hey, I'm just wondering how you've been doing, or how everything's been going, I feel like this person may open up to you. Okay, pile number one. So with Judgment on the bottom of the deck, a lot of deep changes happening in this connection. And we have, like, you know, the moment right before. This is the before tarot. So the zombies are still in their graves, right? Like, it hasn't quite happened yet, but it's a lot of big shifts and a lot of changes happening in this connection or for this person, okay? So thank you so much, pile number one. We're going to go ahead and take it to the extended reading. The extended reading, we're going to get 18 plus. We're going to see, you know, what is this person fantasizing about? What are they into? What do they think of you sexually? Okay, so follow me to the 18 plus reading on my Vimeo channel. Link in the description box if you feel so inclined. And we will see you again. Thanks, pile number one. And let's go ahead and get into pile number two. Okay. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll take a drink of water. Gotta have water, right? Drink it every day. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the yellow tea light, and today's reading is called Their Thoughts, Feelings, and What They're Doing Right Now in Their Life. And this was a subscriber requested reading, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. For those of you that wanna follow me to the extended reading, we will have an extended Vimeo reading where we will get 18 plus in the extended reading. So let's go ahead and do it. We've got tarot cards, we've got oracle cards here, and we are going to get into it. Death, Scorpio on the bottom of the deck. So let's do it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please help connect me to the sacred, beautiful energy of my pile number 2s and the person that they are asking about right now. Please create the space for us to open up our energetic fields to do this work, please and thank you. All right, let's do it, pile number 2. A question that I have for you that I was getting as I was doing your channeling there is, what is sacred to you right now, pile number 2? What's sacred to you, okay? So what's important to you? What's sacred to you? Let's go ahead and see what are their thoughts, feelings, emotions, and what are they doing right now in their life, okay? We have, oh yeah, no wonder this, it says, you come out at night, that's when the energy comes, and the dark side is light and the vampires roam. Building a Mystery by Sarah McLachlan, okay? So somebody here thinks that you're very mysterious, or is thinking that, we had Scorpio on the bottom of the deck here, building a mystery. You come out at night, that's when the energy comes and the dark side is light, okay? So, wow, let's go ahead and see what else. We have travel, making plans, time to move on, all right? So we could have Scorpio, Sagittarius energy here. I also like, we have a camel here. We have a woman that's riding on top of a camel. But she's directing it. She's definitely directing it. And yeah, travel over long distances. Whenever I see the camel, I think of the High Priestess, because the Hebrew letter for the High Priestess is Gimel, which means camel. So yeah, building a mystery. Talk about mysterious. The High Priestess, also very mysterious. New love. A new love or recommitment to love is developing. Nice, pile number 2. Friendship. This friendship is leading to more. All right, cool, pile number 2. I regret lying to you. Whoa, what is that about? I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. Yeah, I was feeling, very spiritual at the start of your guys' reading, asking you what's sacred to you. And yeah, somebody here maybe being a little bit mysterious about their life, or maybe telling a couple white lies here, all right? Maybe saying, oh, I'm just looking for friendship right now, but actually this person's looking for more, or I plan on staying here for a while, but actually this person is wanting to travel more, okay? So, but this person is saying, I'm grateful for the lesson. We have Gemini, so we could have Gemini, Sagittarius, but Gemini here, the social butterfly, right? So, and sometimes, I love Geminis. My boyfriend's a Gemini, so I feel like I can say this. I have some best friends that are Geminis, but I mean, sometimes a little two-faced here, maybe lying a little bit, maybe telling some white lies, or maybe just not giving you the full kind of, story of what's going on here. All right. So we have a Gemini who's traveling. We have new love and friendship. Mercury, communication. Well, we are in a Mercury retrograde right now. So, yeah, I mean, it's funny, when my sister met her ex-husband, she told him this whole crazy story about our family that wasn't even true. And she was just having fun. But eventually she had to tell him, like, hey, I was joking and, sorry and all this stuff. And, he ended up marrying her and they ended up being very in love at the time. But, I mean, sometimes communication can get a little bit crazy. Maybe here we have Aries and the radical. So yeah, we have Aries and Gemini connection here. We're seeing a lot of, I feel like this person's really wanting to communicate with you. They're really wanting to talk to you. They're really wanting to build on whatever is here, okay? Maybe some of you guys caught this person in a white lie, or maybe the lie was as, just kind of benign as, well, it's not really benign, but hey, I just want to be friends, but actually, wanting more, all right? And maybe you kind of friend zoned them, or because you thought that was their only intention as well. Maybe you were like, well, if you're not, into me and you're just going to kind of come in out of my life, then I'm going to go ahead and move on too, right? So yeah, we'll see what else comes up here. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? All right. We have Aries with the warrior woman here. So yeah, I feel like some of you, this person just maybe, like I said, lied about what it is that they wanted from this connection. We have Fox energy. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you kind of put this person in their place, pile number 2. And I feel like a lot of you, if they tried to pull like the usual thing on you, I feel like you guys kind of saw through it and you guys were like, you know, no, like that doesn't work. And, you know, some of you guys really teaching this person a spiritual lesson here. And, you know, this person is starting to understand that, you know, if they want something to work with someone, they need to be a little bit more careful with their communication. With the Fox energy and Mercury here, they need to not, you know, even a white lie can impact a connection, right? And I think this person is like, I get the feeling that they hope they didn't blow their shot with you, okay? If this person hasn't taken their shot yet, then maybe there's something that's gonna come out in the woodwork here, but I feel like this person is like, okay, I hope I didn't blow my shot here, because I think you can see through any kind of manipulations here, all right? Yeah, we have the moon, but it came out, you know, backwards. So yeah, you come out at night. That's when the energy comes and the dark side is light and the vampires roam, all right? So something about, you know, figuring out what this person was up to, pile number 2. Are you guys little detectives over here? Are you guys, I mean, is your intuition quite sharp here, pile number 2? Can you see what's going on clearly with this person? Did you call them out on something? All right. Because you're too smart for that, pile number 2. We have a new moon, right? And we have the moon, all right? So a new start is coming, and you know, we have a new moon in Gemini coming up here on June 10th. So what I predict here is that this energy is going to kind of turn around in this connection. So if there was little hiccups that happened here at the beginning and you had to kind of tell this person, hey, this is the boundary. This is, you know, like, this is where I'm at. And, you know, I can see what's going on here and I know what's happening, right? And don't try to play a player, you know what I'm saying, right? Pile number 2. I feel like here a new start in this connection is coming. Communication opening up, new love coming in, and any secrets that have been kind of in the woodwork are going to be completely, you know, exposed is what I feel. I also think that this person thinks that, you know, you're a down-ass person, that you're a good friend, that you're there for the people that you love and care about. You just don't want them to lie to you. They think that you're a very original person. I mean, I tell that story about my sister because her ex-husband completely forgave her for doing that and was like, oh, you're so funny, you know? And like, and they ended up getting married. And, you know, her kind of quote unquote humor ended up being fine with him, okay? So, you know, you're a real original. I think this person thinks that you're very original, that you're a very strong person, pile number 2, and you're a person that people would be lucky to be friends with, all right? And if they tried to step to you in any kind of a way that, you know, you just called them out is what I feel, or you were too smart for that. And I kind of feel like this person's met their match here, okay, pile number 2. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. What are their thoughts right now? What is this person's thoughts right now for pile number 2? Ace of Cups. Yeah, new love, new friendship, communication, wanting to come towards you, not wanting to keep anything a secret from you anymore. Like just being like, hey, actually, like, you're pretty sweet. You're pretty cool. Like, you know, when people say that's sweet, you know, that's sweet, dude. Like that, you're pretty sweet. 5 of Wands. Like, why did I put up so much resistance to, you know, to this connection? Or why did I assume that you were out to get me, or that you had intentions other than what you did? I'm starting to see you for who you are now. The Devil, you come out at night. That's when the energy comes and the dark side is light, okay? Why is the Devil here? Why is the Devil here? Why is the Devil here, Spirit? 9 of Wands. Okay. So, I feel like this person may feel like people judge them for some of the things that they're into or like. I do feel like this person can be pretty kinky. I feel like they have kind of a dirty mind. I think that they have experienced, you know, other people who've been, maybe that's why, maybe they are into stuff and they didn't tell you that at the beginning and you knew or you found out or something here, okay? But I feel like this person feels like sometimes they may have to, other people aren't going to agree with them because they know that the things that they believe or the things that they want to do are kind of outside societal norms here, and that they will experience judgment from others, or that others will read what they want in an incorrect way, okay? Is kind of what I feel here. And so some of them I feel maybe they need to hide certain parts of themselves here, and in order to kind of fit in, all right, is what I feel here, pile number 2. We have Temperance. Yeah, I don't think, I don't feel this person really means any harm. I don't feel like they, and you know, I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson, because I think that you are a very accepting person, pile number 2. And I think that it was in their head that you weren't going to agree. Like they were, I feel this person could have been acting, you know, kind of like vanilla or something like that. Or they could have been acting like, I don't have any kinks, or, you know, I've never done anything like sexually, like I've never had a one-night stand, or I've never, you know, you get what I'm saying, pile number 2. Like they could have been kind of doing that, afraid that if they showed who they were, that it would create a lot of, you know, it would create a lot of strife, and it would create a lot of defensiveness in you, okay? But the thing is, pile number 2, is even though you may kind of look like a little bit of a goody two-shoes here with Temperance, you're a very accepting person, all right, with Temperance here. And, you know, you're a very loving, kind, accepting person. And if this person was honest with you, I don't think you would have a problem with it. I think you just don't like, you know, any lying or miscommunications, or you just want people to be upfront and truthful, okay? And as long as they are and have good intentions, like you're fine with it, all right? And I feel like some people kind of read your person here as having cruel intentions. Do you guys know that movie, Cruel Intentions, from the 90s? If not, give it a watch. But I feel like this person feels like maybe people have seen them like that in a way, like they have cruel intentions, or they don't mean well, or they, you know, if they tell you the truth about some of the things they like or they're into, that it will cause you to like, just be like, I don't want to be with you, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting here, is in their thoughts. And, you know, they need to just be comfortable with who they are. They need to just trust a little bit more, is what I feel here too, that not everyone is going to react, you know. But I also get that too. If you like sexual things, or you like things that are kind of outside of the norm, I mean, a lot of people do react negatively to that. So, you know, you come out at night, that's when the energy comes, and the dark side's light, and the vampires roam. And, you know, I feel like what this person is saying is, I'm not a bad, I don't feel like this person is a bad person. I feel like what they're saying is, I'm not a bad person. It's just some of the things that I'm into or like are not appreciated by others, okay, for whatever reasons, all right? So let's go ahead and see, what are this person's, what are their feelings right now, Spirit? What are their feelings here? The Moon, okay? So, you know, I feel like this person gets very confused about how to love, or how to put themselves out there, or how to present themselves when it comes to love. They get confused because they get interested in someone, they like them, they want to be with them, they're curious, right? We have Gemini energy here. Maybe this person learned a lot of things through travel, right? And I feel like this person gets excited, right? A new start is coming, new love, communication. But they may have a problem opening up because they're a little unsure, like how to present themselves. Yeah, because we have originality here. All right. But, you know, I feel like sometimes this person, they get a feeling or they get a sense about something, and it's almost like they just want to go for it or go into it or communicate or reach out or get excited about things, even though, even though like they're not quite sure how to approach things. All right. It's almost like they throw caution to the wind, because when they see someone that they really like, they just want to go in on it. Okay. We have Six of Swords. So I definitely think, this person tells themselves, like they have all these kinky thoughts or they have these ideas of what they want to do. And I feel like they have to tell themselves, like, slow down, or don't show that part of yourself, or disconnect from that part of yourself, or don't let people see that, right? I feel kind of bad sometimes. I mean, it's a general reading, so take it as it resonates, pile number 2. But if this person just has like genuine kinks or things that they're into, we have the High Priestess here, which, I feel like this person thinks that they wish that somebody would kind of read their mind or kind of pick up on their vibe instead of, getting defensive or getting upset about what it is that they're into, that they wish they could be with someone. We have the High Priestess. I talked about the Camel. I talked about, intuition here. I talked about, that. And I think they wish that in their feelings, they wish that they could be with someone who is open-minded enough to understand what it is that they actually feel, right? And I feel like a lot of times this person, we have, the moon reversed on top of the moon. I feel like this person is thinking they have to hide their feelings, or they have to hide what they're into, or, right? And so they're wishing they could be with someone who just understands them for who they are and just gets them. All right. So let's go ahead and see one last card for their feelings right now. One last card for their feelings, please. We have Nine of Pentacles. So they do want to invest in something that can grow and something that has potential. I feel like they just sometimes don't know how to go about it, pile number 2. All right. They want to be with someone that gets them where they can be themselves, and they feel like, what they're into is like healthy and accepted. Okay. And, they want to feel like this person may be quite original. We have this originality right here. And they kind of want to just feel, even as original as they are, I feel like they want to be accepted for who they are, and that they are quote unquote normal. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to the things that they want or want to do here. Okay. And I feel like they've been patiently waiting to like psychically connect with someone, right? Somebody who isn't like immediately triggered by some of the things that they say or some of the things that they want here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. What are they doing in their life right now? Okay, what is pile number 2's person doing in their life right now? King of Swords. Okay, so they may have a lot of pressure at work. They may have a very analytical type of a job. They may need to make a lot of important decisions. They may have to be the one that is the leader that kind of makes the calls. They may be in a phase of life where they have to have a really clear mind. And, I feel like what this is also saying is that normally in their life, this person is very straightforward, very clear, very upfront, even professionally. But, when it comes to their feelings, when it comes to relationships, I feel like this person feels like they have to hide parts of themselves at times here. Yeah, and this person, it's almost like they need a release, right? Because in their day-to-day life, they are very like together. They have to act a certain way. They need to be very put together. But, when they're away from that, this person wants to be free, creative, sexual, excited, right? Excited about life, not just kind of holding it down. All right. I also feel like this person is very excited right now because they met you, pile number 2. And I feel like that they are like, this could actually, I feel like this person would be very excited if they met someone that really gelled with them, 6 of Cups, that really could see deeply into them, that understood and shared their excitement for the way that they want to live their life. Because I think they're very clear, like, on how they want to live their life. It's just, you know, they want someone to kind of go there with them, or somebody who wants the same thing, right? We have 7 of Pentacles here. So I think a lot of times with the people that they've dated or the people they've been with, they've been pretty bored. They've been dissatisfied. They're like, they just haven't felt, you know, they just have been kind of like, this has been lackluster. All right. And I think, you know, the prospect of meeting you is very exciting. We have that new start coming, the new moon in Gemini coming up in a couple of days here. And I feel like, you know, they want to get their blood boiling here with this Ace of Wands. They want to get, you know, their libido revved up. They want to be able to honestly share who they are. 6 of Cups here, no secrets, no anything. Sun and Scorpio energy. So, you know, a light shining on everything here. Be crystal clear and be upfront with what they want and need. And I just feel like they've done it in the past and they've been really disappointed. Maybe they felt like a failure in relationships or felt really disappointed, but I feel like this person, you know, has felt that way or felt bored. We have the Empress. So this person is going to be excited to meet the person that is right for them. Okay. And I feel like sometimes in the past they got excited about someone and then they figured out like, this person is not really into what I'm into. They're not very, like, on paper they would be a good partner, but they don't have the same values as I do. Okay. So this person, I feel like, is honestly kind of looking for the real deal, looking for someone that gets their flow here. And when they meet someone like that, I feel like I said, their blood pressure is gonna rise, pile number 2. All right. Yeah, I feel like, you know, when they feel like they meet this kind of person, and this could be you, pile number 2, this person's gonna come on pretty strong, okay? They're going to come on with a lot of communication. We saw that multiple times here. Communication, excitement. Whoa, right? Whoa, look at this babe in pile number 2, right? But, you know, I mean, this person does need to be held to certain standards. They do need to be told to slow their roll at times. And, you know, and maybe, you know, you're the person here, Temperance and Empress. You're the person that accepts them and cares for them, but also, you know, kind of puts them in their place, okay? Because they're saying here, I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson, all right? So that's the energy that I'm getting here, pile number 2. And we're going to go ahead and take it to your extended reading. We're going to get 18 plus on your extended reading and find out, you know, what this person is thinking about sexually, what they're into, and, you know, and we saw some interesting stuff here too. So we are going to find out more information, all right, pile number 2. So join me on your extended reading. My Vimeo link is in the description box below. And for those of you that haven't checked out my new channel yet, Light of Ascension Tarot, there's a link in my description box below to that channel, okay? So let's go ahead and get into my beautiful pile number 3s. Okay, let's do it. Woohoo! Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the red tea light, and today's reading is called Their Thoughts, Feelings, and What They're Doing in Their Life Right Now. And this was a subscriber request reading, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get into it, guys, and we are going to take a look-see-loo here. We're going to take a gander at what's going on with this person, and then we will have an 18 plus reading for the extended reading after. So join me on my Vimeo channel if you feel so inclined. Let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 3, please, and thank you and their person. Pile number 3s, have you guys been sending little rhymes to people, or have you been like getting little rhymes from people? I know we're in Mercury retrograde in Gemini right now, but I feel like I'm getting like silly kind of an energy, or maybe somebody sent you a really funny meme and you were like recently laughing your ass off or something, or maybe some of you guys need to kind of laugh your ass off a little bit more, okay? But let's go ahead and get it for my beautiful, I'm also getting a name like Chantal or a name like that, okay? If your name is like that or you know someone with that name, but I'm getting like a Chantal, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it for my pile number 3s. What is this person? What are their thoughts, feelings, and what are they doing in their life right now? Ooh, wow. We have Tove Lo, Tove Lo. It says, you toast your friends because I left, but you know I'm never coming back once I walk out the door. Screw all your loose ends in this war. It was all about the power and I can't do it anymore. Sadder, badder, cooler. All right, this song is like, I'm sadder, badder, cooler since the day that I left you. All right, now this could be for you guys too. Like, you know, you were with this person and you know, there could have been a lot of one-upmanships in this connection, or a lot of, you know, I'm better off without you type of thing. But I was talking in the beginning about you guys needing to laugh more and needing to have more fun, right? So I'm sadder, badder, cooler since the day that I left you. And I feel like this person thinks that you're out with your girlfriends or guy friends and you're out having a blast and you're out enjoying life, and that, you know, I feel like some of them could be watching you on social media or checking you out or getting information about you. It's so cute right now, you guys. I just have to tell you, my dog is like right across the room from me, and she's sleeping in a little ball right by the window, and it is so freaking cute. All right. So, you know, when you're sad, look at your pets, right? Because they're probably doing something incredibly cute and sweet. But anyway, I feel like this person is thinking that you like were toasting your friends and you're like, oh, I can finally go out with the girls or whatever. And they're wondering if that's kind of what you're up to. We have Cancer energy here, deeply intuitive, sensitive feelings, and a warm heart. I also feel like somebody's feelings were hurt here, and this could be this person. Their feelings were a little hurt. We could have like a Cancer and Aries connection, or a Cancer and Leo or Sagittarius connection here. We have trust. It is safe to trust in this situation. So I feel like this person's like, you know, I want to trust you. I want to trust what you're up to. Decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. Like I said, there could be one-upmanship or wondering what's really going on, and somebody feeling super intuitive about the connection or getting their feelings hurt. I wish I had treated you better. Yeah, they're wondering if you're out having a good time, toasting to their demise and the demise of your relationship. I am becoming a better person, okay? So I feel like, you know, you really put this person in their feelings, and if they were very, you know, jealous and they didn't trust you, or they were things like that, or they were coming from a place of insecurity, wishing that they would have treated you better, they want you to know that they are trying to become a better person here. We have the 10th house and reputation. So, you know, this person may have said like, oh, well, if you told them about things in the past or things that you did in an argument, this person could have turned around and used this against you and been like, well, this is how you acted in the past, right? But we have 10th house and reputation, so we could have Cancer, Capricorn here. There's Cancer again, right? So it's safe to trust a Cancer. And, you know, I feel like this person was thinking that you two were going to be together, or they think that if you're still with them, that, you know, there's a place for you guys in the future here, and that you would have been like a power couple together, or you would have been a very strong couple. And I feel like they really did want to trust this situation. They really did wish that they had treated you better. We have Uranus here. So somebody here could have made a very surprising decision about this connection. All right. And yeah, there could have been a surprise breakup here as well, or somebody made a decision based off of their, you know, feelings, right? Their sensitivity, off of maybe not trusting, thinking that you were off doing shit that you weren't doing. All right. Clearly this person kind of having some issues with trusting people and making, you know, split decisions about connections based on, you know, what they're hearing versus actually maybe going to that person and finding out what happened, okay? We have yes, just say yes. I wish I would have treated you better. So this person, you know, really hoping, I feel like, that they would have another chance with you, or that you would if they came and talked to you, that you would be like, okay, I guess, you know, I'll be all right with it. All right. We have fish. I am becoming a better person. So we could have Pisces, Aquarius, or Cancer energy here. But I also feel Virgo. I feel this person may be beating themselves up a little bit now based on how they treated you, but they were their own worst enemy in a way here. Pile number 3 is what I feel. All right. And some of them really hoping for a second chance with you. All right. And hoping to show you that they have become a better person. All right. We have the Devil, but it came out reversed. Okay. So I am becoming a better person. I am trying to change, and I'm trying to be more mature. I'm trying to stick with my commitments. I'm trying to work on myself. I'm trying to work on my shadow self. I feel like this person is saying, it says, you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbonous moon. All right. Some of you guys may have been like, yeah, this person messed up. And then I was like, F you, I'm going to go and be with my friends, or I'm going to go and do what I want to do. Right. And some of you guys may have been intentionally maybe kind of rubbing salt in the wound with this person a little bit because of what they did. And, you know, you're very close to achieving your goal. Pile number 3, we have honesty. Yep. Right? Honesty, right? The energy of honesty supports your choice to be courageously truthful and genuine with kindness and tact. This is what this person is learning. And they're learning that you're an honest person. All right. Because I think you are, pile number 3. I think you're an honest person. And, you know, I think this person may have made a decision, you know, and they were surprised by the way you took it. And, you know, your honesty and the way that you were very forthcoming. All right. And, yeah, and I feel like this person's wondering here. I feel like they still have feelings for you, pile number 3. And, you know, I feel like some of them are going to tell you soon here what's been going on. All right. So, yeah. Wishing they would have treated you better. Let's go ahead and see here. For my pile number 3s, what is this person? What are their current thoughts right now, Spirit? What are their current thoughts right now? All right, I feel like their guides are connecting with them here through their crown chakra and letting them know, you know, like, one false move here, buddy, you know, that they need to work on themselves, and that they need to, you know, be honest themselves too about how they disrupted this connection, or how their, you know, lack of trusting you, or they're making a split decision at the last minute, you know, out of their sensitivity, was kind of not, you know, how they need to accept the responsibility for that. Okay. With the Devil reversed here, needing to accept responsibility. So let's see their thoughts. What are their thoughts right now? What are their thoughts? 10 of Wands. This is so heavy. I don't know if I can face it. You know, I feel like I'm in this fight alone. I feel like I'm on here on my own. We have King of Swords. You know, feeling like pressured to make a decision. They wish they would have treated you better. Yeah, why is the King of Swords here in their thoughts? They're trying to get real clear. Yeah, I feel this person is maybe even trying to think about how they would like to apologize to you, pile number 3, and talk about taking responsibility, 10 of Wands, for some of the events that they actually put in motion. I do feel like this person, you know, and this is kind of, you know, this is kind of not your usual reading, because a lot of times you see readings, people definitely not taking responsibility, you know, not owning up to their behavior. I do feel like this person is having a lot of, you know, thoughts about, you know, honestly, how they feel about you. And with the star here, it's illuminating. It's very illuminating, pile number 3. They're getting a lot of, and again, I saw that with the crown chakra, with their guides coming through here and illuminating things for them and saying, hey, you know, you're not the victim here. You're not the one that was mistreated or whatever. Like, you need to take responsibility here for your piece in this, okay? I feel like this person is going to be feeling a lot more successful and a lot, you know, and I feel like they're going to be feeling like, okay, I wish I would have treated you better here. And a lot of them are becoming sure, I feel like pile number 3, that you're the one and that they need to get their shit together here and face the music and, you know, get it moving, all right? And becoming real sure of themselves here with the 6 of Wands. And we have 8 of Pentacles. I am becoming a better person. I am working on it. I am working on, you know, my abundance, my health, how I see myself, right? I feel like some of them may even struggle with their own confidence at times here. And I feel like they're kind of building themselves back up. And, you know, that's where the insecurity and jealousy comes from. I do feel like their guides are helping them with this right now, pile number 3. And, they're getting a lot of insights into their patterns that have been very destructive to them, okay, is what I feel like. And I feel like, you know, they're going to come out of this. I feel they're becoming more positive in their mindset. You know, they're getting a lot of truth. They're becoming a lot more positive in their mindset. Hey, I need to work on this. I need to work through this. What's happening in their feeling space right now, Spirit, feeling wise? 2 of Wands, okay? So, I mean, it's like, well, you know, I need to take action here and I need to keep moving forward with my progress. And, you know, it's hard work though. I feel like what your person is kind of realizing and going through is hard work. And I feel like, you know, there's no avoiding it, and they understand that. They know they need to get a move on. Deep changes are happening within this person, okay, with the Death card here. And that can be scary at times, right? And I feel like sometimes this person thinks that they're going to be alone or that there's not going to be anyone there to kind of, they may have some abandonment anxiety here too, or they may feel like they are going to be alone, all right? And some of you guys may be thinking at this point, like, Natalie, I feel like you're describing me, all right? But, you know, if that's the case, pile number 3, I'd like to introduce you to a little concept called projection, all right? With this, you know, fish kind of Pisces energy, it's like, well, sometimes if we're very intuitive, empathic people, other people, we can sort of bleed into each other. I mean, we're all having this universal experience, right? And I do feel like this person may at times project on people, okay? And, you know, that's this devil reversed energy, not really wanting to own up to the reality sometimes of, you know, what they've done here, okay? But they are becoming a better person. They are working on it. And some of this honesty, this illumination that they're having in their life now is about owning their own projections, okay? So if you started to feel this way in this connection, like feeling like this person was leaving you, abandoning you, and maybe they did, maybe they made a split decision to kind of split out of your life here and made you feel that way. But honestly, they're making that decision from their own emotional state, pile number 3, okay? So let's go ahead and see. And I think this person, they kind of have to face their reality, all right? Because life is going to keep going on, either leaving them behind or pushing forward here. So what about in their feeling space, Spirit? What about in their feeling space? The Hermit, yeah. Shining light on some of their really self-sabotaging patterns in their connections. And I feel like, you know, this person may have ignored their feelings in the past. They may have, you know, just been like, my feelings aren't really important. I'm just going to take action, right? We saw that Uranian energy of just making split decisions and just taking action, right? And, you know, this person in their feeling space is having their guides here showing up to shine a lot of illumination on their patterns that they have with people here. And some of them are like, who, me? You know, like, oh, I wouldn't, like, you know, dealing with their own denial, their own projections here, like, oh, you couldn't possibly say that that was me, right? It's like, That song, It Wasn't Me by Shaggy from the 90s. It wasn't me. You saw me banging in the shower. It wasn't me. You saw me, right? But anyway, so yeah, this person like, who? You mean me? Like I'm doing this? It's like, yeah, I think this person is, you know, having to kind of face the truth here, pile number 3, okay? And it's like, whoa, like their heads kind of, I feel like this person is trying to stay in their thought space and not get too deep into their feelings, because I'm not seeing any cups here. I'm not seeing any like deep shedding of emotion, except for this death card here, which is sort of forcing them into it, okay? Yeah, their feelings are very conflicted. 5 of Wands here. A lot of times this person, not really 8 of Swords, not really wanting to go too deep into it. Like I don't see any cups here out on the table, you know, something talking about feelings and emotions, but we have Cancer, deeply intuitive, sensitive feelings and warm heart. So, you know, this person is sensitive. They do have feelings. They are easily hurt. They are easily triggered. They can engage in projection at times. And they need to kind of get to know themselves emotionally and kind of not think everyone's out to get them, right? And some of them think that they're being defensive by being offensive. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and kill this or end this before this person does it to me, right? Like they may kind of have that sort of energy, okay? And their guides are trying to help them heal from this and evolve spiritually, I feel, with this fish here. Okay, and we see this red moon. This person may have like a moon in Aries or, you know, a moon in Leo, like something that's like very proud or, you know, but it's, or they have like a moon in Scorpio, right? And they're like in Aries or a Leo and, you know, very prideful energy with this person, sometimes not really wanting to accept what they feel as a real thing. But their guides are making them, I feel like, pile number 3, okay? And we didn't even get into kind of what you should do about this yet, but on the extended reading, we're going to get into the 18 plus aspect of this and kind of also like what you should do about all of this. Because some of you may be like, well, yeah, I know this about them, but what should I do, right? 4 of Cups. Okay. So yeah, some of you guys being like, you know, this person may be trying to reach out to you again, and you just finally got peace from this situation, okay? Or you just finally got your own feelings kind of centered and grounded about this. And so, but it's kind of like coming up in your life again to be looked at. And so we'll look at that in the extended reading, but let's go ahead and see. What are they doing in their life right now? What is this person doing in their life right now? A lot of rumination, even though they don't want to. 3 of Pentacles. It's tough work. It's hard work, okay? Sometimes I feel like this person may think that work is like an escape because it helps them get out of, yeah, because there's the Tower, okay? I mean, yeah, having to face, you know, what you built, what you did, what you created, right? Kind of the destruction of what you created too, all right? And, you know, it's almost like a demolition project is what I feel. If this person works in, you know, like building anything or any kind of a creative endeavor, this person could really be seeing some violent, you know, upheaval in this area of their life too, particularly in their work or in what they do. And some of them may be seeing, you know, the projects that they've worked on or invested in are kind of falling apart, okay? And we have 7 of Wands. It's making them feel like, I feel like a David and Goliath energy almost with this Tower and the 7 of Wands. It's like, I'm going to keep on fighting. I'm going to keep on pushing. I'm not going to give up. Yet the ground underneath them is kind of, you know, disappearing, okay? And things getting real choppy, real choppy for this person right now, pile number 3, okay? Very choppy. Yeah, a lot of them are not wanting to change, you know? They're really, and some of them could be worried about their financial situation, trying to save up, knowing that, you know, layoffs are coming or big changes are happening, or that, you know, their job is threatened or their security is somehow threatened, right? And I feel like when this person with this Cancer energy, when their security is threatened, they become very defensive and they hold on tighter, okay? And this pattern probably shows up in their work too, and anytime they need to work with others, okay? Because this Three of Pentacles is about, you know, creating with others for the greater benefit, right? To get more abundance in that way, the fish, right? It's like multiplying the loaves, right? Like feed a man, you know, a fish, but you feed him, but teach him how to fish. You feed a man for a lifetime, right? Sorry, I'm probably butchering that, but but you know what I'm saying, right? And I feel like the tougher it gets, or the more kind of evidence in their face that things aren't going to work, this person hangs on and holds on even stronger. Some of them could be really hanging on to their money right now, seeing that things are kind of crumbling and that they need to continue to hold their ground and save, all right? Five of Cups, yeah, definitely picking up this person feeling quite dejected and alone in the emotional space, feeling like, you know, what I've been working on, I've been trying to preserve what I've been working on in my life, whether that's personally and family, work-wise. I've been trying to preserve what I've been working on, but the forces are like too great. And I feel like this person feels like they're in a tug of war sometimes, that they're pulling, you know, on a rope where the universe is pulling 10 times as hard back in their direction. And I feel like it's because this person has been resistant, not wanting to go with the flow, and at times shoving their feelings off on other people, all right? And, you know, I'm not trying to say this person's a bad person, pile number 3, but I just, you know, we're all human beings. We all have patterns within us that really need addressing, right? And I feel like this person is clearly, you know, in that space, okay? Let's see where else they're at in their life right now. Six of Swords. I feel like this person, you know, Justice on the bottom of the deck, they could be going through legal challenges, divorces, you know, having to own up, especially with the Devil here reversed, own up for the things that they've kind of ignored and left behind for a long time here. And I feel like this person is going to decide at some point, this suffering is just way too much. I can't really continue on like this. And, you know, I want to move on. I want to change the way I think, is what I feel this person is saying. I need to change the way I think about some of the things in my life. Okay. And that's what I'm getting for them, pile number 3, okay? And so we are going to take it to your extended reading next. We're going to find out, you know, how does this all affect you? What kind of decisions should you make from your vantage point? And we're also going to talk about, you know, the sexual chemistry here too, and, you know, what sexual thoughts this person is having as well, okay? So join me on the extended reading if you feel so inclined. Pile number 3, we'll go ahead and take it there now. And for those of you that haven't checked out my new channel, Light of Ascension Tarot, you can find a link in my description box to my new channel. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and happy Friday and many blessings on your journey. Take care.